Hi, welcome. If you are a regular listener to the podcast, if you follow me on Instagram where I'm at Emma Guns, if you are a member of the private Facebook forum on the Emma Guns Show on Facebook, all the links obviously are going to be down below. You will know that a little while ago I put out a poll saying, what would you prefer, a podcast live, as in a live podcast, or video content? The overwhelming response was video content. But I put this poll up about a month ago, and I have been waiting for stars to align, to quote Prince Harry. I've been waiting for the day where my hair looks all right, the day when I've had time to do makeup, the day when I've got this, the day when I've got that. And the truth of the matter is, there are no days like that. But I am working from home today, and I just thought, right, do it. Doesn't matter if it's great, doesn't matter if it's whatever, just get yourself recorded and let's go from there. So this is basically a starting point. And I haven't planned a massive video or anything. I just thought I would update you on odds and sods that I've been doing, that link to the podcast, that link to odds and sods that I have been up to. So if you are a member of the private Facebook group, you'll know that I put out a message a little while ago saying that I was going to get to time with Paula Begon from Paula's Choice again. I did that interview yesterday and she was amazing. She's always so warm and sweet and kind and generous and just almost like loving. She's my mentor now. She's just always really sweet and gives great advice. Like the second I walked in, she was like, how's the podcast doing? And I said, I've done over 1 million downloads. And she was like, you better be celebrating. I hope you've given yourself a pat on the back. So she's very much that energy. So that will be coming soon to the show, and she answers listeners' questions that were posed in the Facebook group. So I sat with her and we scrolled through the Facebook page and I think we answered nearly all of them. We were quite tight on time by the end of it. Like we had to rush through the last few, but I think she answered them, and I think she answered them really, really well. So I hope that you enjoy that. Now, I put something on my Insta stories recently about the Clinique Fit skincare / makeup range. This is makeup for the gym. And I tested it out the other day. Hero product right off the bat is the mascara, the 24-hour workout mascara. Can you see that? I'm going to confuse my camera now. It's going to be facial mascara. Always the face. This is just a very simple black mascara, but it does not budge. Hello. See? Waiting for a perfect day when there isn't a light switch there. There's always going to be a light switch there. Just film the frickin' video. It stayed on. It also lengthened and separated my lashes in a way that didn't make them feel made up. Does that make sense? So it wasn't like a thick mascara, but it gave me that sort of definition on my eye that made me look less half asleep. That, I think, and obviously the links will be in the notes, that I was pretty impressed with. I did like that. I liked the foundations also. I don't wear makeup to the gym, I've got to be really honest. That's fallen on the floor. Today's not perfect, so what? I don't normally wear makeup to the gym. I normally work out first thing, or if I go after work I normally like take off my base, but in the interest of testing things out I wore medium. This is the light one, this is the medium one. The medium one sort of worked best with me. Nice. Blocked out all my sort of early morning redness in a way that didn't make it look makeup-y, so it's a bit like the mascara. You get a mascara effect, but in a way that doesn't feel like makeup. I sweat a lot. Hi YouTube. And this, normally when sweat goes in my eyes, it's not the greatest thing, especially as I'm a contact lens wearer, but I can bear it. It did sting a bit more, and I don't think it was a mascara because that did not budge. I wondered whether it was this. So if I was using this again, I would probably use it from the bridge of the nose down and forego this sort of area, just so it wouldn't then go into my eyes when I sweat. So that's my only piece of advice with this. This is the workout makeup, and it has SPF 40 in. See, it's knows to prioritise the face. SPF 40, so if you are working out outside, it's a great one to use. I also use the mattifying post-workout moisturiser. I actually use that beforehand because I'm a renegade like that. Really nice light moisturiser. But I think the other one that I really loved, the other product from this range, was the Clinique Fit Lip Cheek Flush. It is, does anyone remember, I'm sure it's still out there, I haven't seen it for a while. Does anybody remember Origins Pinch Your Cheeks? It really reminds me of that, and that to me is a glorious product. It's almost like a stain and then it just shears out, so great for lips and cheeks. I don't need any help with redness when it comes to the gym, as one of my someone on Instagram pointed out. They were like, great, but I don't need redness when I'm in the anything to make my cheeks pink in the gym, which is a fair point. But if you're doing your makeup afterwards, it kind of enhances that warm glow, perspiration, heat, all of that stuff. There's also the hydrating spray, there's a neutralizing powder if you have issues with that, and there's also wipes. And they come in really nice packaging. And can I tell you, you know normally when you get packaging like this, where you've got the resealable bit here, you have to rip. And then, I don't know about anyone else, I don't know whether I've been cursed, but you rip and then it sort of rips off at different angles, and so you end up having have to rip it off. This doesn't, you just open it like this. And then you can reseal, no rippage needed, which actually, not that you necessarily would have to reseal them, but the fact that you can is really cool. Also, these then double as really good sort of carry things in your gym bag if you take a gym bag out with you, or like hair bobbles or small bits of makeup accessories, whatever you might, jewellery. When you're in the gym, if you take your jewellery off, jewellery stored in there, because that does lock quite nicely. So there's that. So that's the kind of skincare and makeup that I have been using this week. I also use the Clairol Root Touch Up Kit. I've been using it for years. It's on my highlights actually, so if you want to see on Instagram, I did a step-by-step. I said it was Thursday night, it was Wednesday night. What can I tell you? Freelance life. It's brilliant, it's seamless, it's so easy to do. I honestly wouldn't know how you could mess it up, but obviously there are instructions that you have to follow. Wear the gloves, I didn't, and I actually did stain one of my gel nails, so that was a bit irritating because I'd only had them done a few days earlier. Just, if you have grey hair, even if it's a little bit, even if it's around the temples, because this is where I get the majority of it, it just covers them up so seamlessly and easily. Painted on with the little kit, and the stuff is really sturdy, so you can like, get purchase on it and you're not sort of having to be professional or delicate. Leave it on for 10 minutes, 15 if they're stubborn greys, rinse it out as if they were never there. I am a big fan. I use the medium brown. I think I said this on my stories. Even though my hair is obviously darker brown, God, this is terrible. Even though my hair is obviously darker brown, when I use dark brown dyes, they tend to render very dark brown and can sometimes look a bit black. Sometimes that can be because of dye build-up. If you're putting dye on top of dye, even if there's been a period of time between the dyes, the residue can build up and then it can look flat, and I don't really like that, so I use a lighter shade and I try not to overuse. 26 Habits this week, for all of you who are doing 26 Habits along with me, is about reading more. I read on my phone, I read on my iPad, I read on my computer. I have stopped reading books, but I keep buying books, which is a big sort of issue. Like, why buy books if you're not reading them? But hey, there we go. I am nearly through my beloved Lindsay Kelks from Full Coverage podcast. I'll put the link to that in the video notes. Love that show. 1 in a Million. This is a proof. This book is not out yet, but it is available on digital download. I encourage you to go and get it. If you haven't discovered Lindsay's books yet, I think some of her books are something like 99p in the Amazon store on digital download. I am loving it, and it must be delightful for Lindsay, because when she says something, like at the end of chapter 2 the other day, there was a snippet and I was like, oh, too real, Lindsay. She must love it that I text her in real time about what I think of the book. I probably should stop doing that, but I can't help myself. I do the same with Jules and Sarah's podcast. I'll listen to it and then text them both, go, oh my God, you're so right. And obviously they recorded it days earlier and they're like, great, Emma, thanks for the support. Shut up. But yes, this is the book that I started with first. I love Lindsay's writing. I adore Lindsay. I think she's ever so cool. I recommend her books if you want a fast read. They are the best, and we should all support our friends. And Lindsay is a friend of the show, therefore we're all family. I think for the first video, we're nearly at 10 minutes. I think I should probably stop there, because now I'm going to have to figure out how to tinker with it, edit it and publish it and all that kind of jazz. But thank you for watching. Please do let me know what kind of videos you'd like from me in the future. If you would like me to do listener questions on video as well as doing them on the podcast. If you would like me to share snippets from the podcast in video format prior to or alongside the podcast being published. Let's figure out how to make video work for us, because that's the whole point. I want to give you guys some content that you really want to engage with and enjoy and have fun with, and also, you know, get something out of it. That would be awesome. So what day is it today? This is going to go up on a Tuesday. The show is live on a Sunday. It's going to be with Paula. I hope you enjoy that one. I know many of you have really enjoyed the 2 episodes I did with Ian Marber, the nutritional therapist. So why not post some more questions? We can get him back on. I know that loads of you have been in touch with him. Let's see what we can get. And if you have any suggestions for people you would like me to get on the show, or you just want to tell me what your favourite episode was, then you can put it below. You can slide into my DMs on Instagram where I'm at my guns. You can email me at thebeautypodcast@gmail.com. Whatever feels right, just do it. I cannot wait to hear from you. Thank you so much, and I will see you either here or on the podcast, in Instagram, sometime soon.